What is an iceberg? Well, an iceberg is a format of information or knowledge that is shown in a chart, and that is split up into different tiers. These tiers show how common and uncommon the information about a subject is, ranging from obscure terms, Easter eggs, theories, etc. The subject could be about anything, and everything can have an iceberg. Hey guys, it's ChromaKeys. Today we'll be discussing Roblox Obbies in the Roblox Obby Iceberg. This particular iceberg I'll be using is made by, I don't know. I was looking through icebergcharts.com and stumbled across it, but I will link the original iceberg in the description, and credits to the original maker of the iceberg. Now let's jump into it. This game is pretty much the same as a trend. This obby has jump scares in it to scare you, and there are many of these games wanting just a quick buck, and there's nothing really special about it. This is a Roblox game created by Junkala, and the premise is pretty much the Tower of Hell. You go up a spiraling tower with single obbies in it, ranging in difficulty from very hard to unexplainably difficult. It's a pretty good game, so you should check it out. These are obbies where you escape from something. For example, whatever Platinum Fall makes. You usually have your NPC friend with you as you escape the place. And these games were very popular during 2018. And I have played a couple of these obbies when I was younger. This is a very difficult obby game, and it's created by Exceptional Studios. Like the last game I talked about, you are climbing your way on the top of a spiraling tower with single obbies on each floor. These obbies are usually hard, and there are events to spice up the gameplay. This is a Roblox group run by Dogon that makes very good and story-focused obbies that feature copyrighted characters and properties. These games featured Captain Underpants, Minions, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, SpongeBob, and many others. They have since taken down those games, and hopefully we'll be able to see them again. But for now, they have Shovelware Studios Hollywood and Shrunken School Obby. This is a Roblox developer infamous for making Roblox escape obbies since 2014. He has now created remasters of his old obbies and jumpscare obbies. Honestly, I thought they were fun as a kid, but looking at them now, they did not age well, and I was very surprised one of his games got into the official Roblox event. This game is created by Chocolate Flame, and this game is about an impossible obby. Like a normal obby, but it can't be beaten at all. And looking to the like to dislike ratio, maybe some people do not like it, but it is possible to beat, just not a lot, only about 7 people. This is a game created by Whirlpool Studio, and the game evolves around you making your own obbies and playing other people's obbies in the process. This game is created by the infamous Platinum Falls, where you escape Barry's prison, and that's really it. I don't know what the exact obby is, and it could be just a small genre of obbies that involves like drawing, like one of those mobile game ads. I don't really know. Created by Troller Dev, this game is just a regular obby, except it's not. It trolls you by flipping the rules of a normal obby backwards, and you gotta think outside the box to even beat it. This is a genre of games where you cannot jump, or regular obbies that people choose to do as a challenge. There are videos on this on YouTube, and it stretches to everywhere, including non-Roblox content. This game is created by building obbies, and the looks of it, it looks like every copy-pasted obbies. In the game, you can shrink and grow to fit into areas to progress. That's it. These are a genre of obby games where you and the other player work together to progress, and there are many obbies or just games in general like this. This game is created by this user here, but it's just like any copy and pasted obby ever. They use free models to create the game, and mostly children play it. This game is created by PR Studio. In this game, you find buttons in each level. Each level has buttons hidden around them, and there's over 900 different levels in the game, so you should check it out. I don't know if this is talking about the genre of games about escape rooms or just individual games, but they are similar to escape obbies where you escape from some place, like, you know, Platinum Falls and whatever he makes. If they're talking about individual games, they could be talking about games right here, but I don't know about this. This game is created by Mantu48. It's based on Felipe, a character from the YouTuber Flamingo. And in this game, you just escape the running heads. I don't know what the iceberg is talking about with the copy Roblox obby. It could mean that some experience there's an option where there's this thing called uncopy locked, which means anyone could just have the place with the press of a button, having all the code, the sets, and everything. This is mostly used in Roblox studios. I don't really know what this means in the Iceberg, but it says along the lines, according to the Iceberg, it used to be famous or something. These games where you could ride in a cart and reach the end, usually being into a person or something. These games are surprisingly still popular today, and the oldest of these games was in 2008 called Ride a Cart into Santa. This game is created by Bloxton, and in the game you complete a long list of single obbies to reach the goal. This game has over 2,770 stages currently. I think the developers could add more in future updates. This game was created by Coolwater LK. This game is based around the Minecraft map of the same name, the Dropper, with over 130 plus levels, and being the first game of its kind on Roblox. Despite releasing in 2014, it somehow still gets early updates. This game is created by Vin3 Dev. The whole game is just you climbing a lot of stairs to reach the finish line. Well, that is tier 1 of the Iceberg. Before going into the second and longer tier, if you enjoyed this content so far, like and subscribe, and comment on whatever Roblox games I should cover. Nevertheless, let's go back to the video. Created by Shadow Oblivion X, this game is like any other obby, but you really have to think. The obby is kind of hard, and using logic and critical thinking is needed. Surprisingly, this game was not made by the original people who made Jailbreak, but this game is made by Stickmaster Luke, the guy who created Natural Disaster Survival. As this game predates Jailbreak by 8 years, this game is very old and broken. Well, according to the footage I have, the camera does not work. And in this game, you just escape a jail. That's really it. This is an actual YouTube video posted by Fat Paps, or, as you know, famously previously on this Iceberg, Platinum Falls. Just show him just promoting his obbies on Roblox, and to be honest, it's quite strange looking at it right now. This game is created by this user right here, and this obby is just like a regular obby, but math involved. And according to my sources, it is currently the hardest game in Roblox history, using things like Basic Edition. That's really hard. With around 60 unique levels, this game has a nice twist to the same old formula, and you should kind of check it out. Created by Motivated Studios, you travel and parkour different worlds. There are over 250 obstacles in many different worlds. And this obby kind of reminds me of this old obby I used to play. It's called The Cool Obby by Dead Already. And this is kind of similar because it has traveling to different worlds and kind of reminds me of it. This game is created by Badass Experiences. It's pretty much like Escape Running Hex, except there's like other more content that they had, like boss battles, a red light, green light thing, and an actual story to it. And it's kind of interesting, and just like the games that Badass Experiences made, they're pretty their experiences alright. Both of these games are created by Crazy Blocks, and they revolve around escaping flooded areas, with the first installment created in 2010 with difficulty modes, that being easy, medium, and hard. In these rooms you go up to the floor to escape the floods. Two of these types is usually water, and then acid. There are buttons in these rooms and you unlock certain areas by pressing them. And the second game is just a more improved version of the first one, with way open maps, new game mechanics, and much more. These are really good games, and you should really check them out. There are many difficulty chart obbies in Roblox, and they're usually mostly the same. You start out with an easy level, and it gets harder as you progress. There's also charts, usually in the lobby or in the levels themselves, to show how hard they are. And there are many games like this in Roblox. They usually advertise that when you reach the end of the obby, you get Robux, but most of the time, you don't get Robux. They just waste your time. There are games like this, but most of them are scams riding the waves of Netflix's Squid Games, as some try to scam you into thinking winning these challenges would actually give you Robux, which it's not true. This obby is made by Splashy Studio, and if you win this obby, you get admin commands and do whatever you want. Like seriously? There are better games to be playing out there. Like my favorite game, Weird Strict Dad. This glitch is when someone is using shift lock, and instead of locking the mouse at the user's head, it still moves around like the mouse. Currently, the glitch has been fixed. This particular game is actually made by the same developer as Please Donate. When you beat the obby, you get a code, and then you put the code onto the Roblox website, it actually gives you Robux. But don't get your hopes up. The game is now private, and you can't access the code anymore. Shifting to another game that gives you more Robux, this game does the exact same thing, except it gives you a random amount with a spinner. It's made by the hacker Tubers93, with multiple videos on Roblox on this game, including Creepcraft even covering it. But as all things do, the game is gone taken down and the account gone. That's really sad. Shift lock locks the camera's perspective with the user's movement. It locks you in third person, as this feature on Roblox is very useful in obbies when reaching tight spaces, or just organizes your view for platforming. Made by Verse, this game has you obbying at great speeds in many different levels, having other versions of this game like Mirror Mode and Classic Mode. This game, made by Nuka Juka, is just the tip of the iceberg for many games with the same title and description all over again, with just the basic Obbies' foundation. There are many games like this on Roblox, and this particular one has the word Obbies 10 times as the name, and then in the description there's about 84 words of Obbies in the same description alone. Made by Hudso. In the game, it's very expansive, and you can just parkour to all your contents. And there's even a remastered version called Parkour Reborn. This game is created by templates, and it's shown a base obby. You can actually find this obby in the Roblox Studio for a template. And showing the date of the game, it was made in 2015. Created by this user right here. The point of the game is to get to the next level, and in order to get to the next level, gotta die. And there are over 678 levels and 225 levels per mode, and these modes being normal, hard, and nightmare. Made by Seasoned Water Cubes, it's pretty much the same as the Tower of Hell, but more deep fried. Made by this user right here, it's just like the Tower of Hell, but has a more aesthetic look. Many obbies during the 2010s and onwards had this style of obby, where you go inside of someone and then come out the other end. It's really strange. Made by Alex and Dennis. In this game, you just adventure a golf course in space. And you also have aliens roaming around, so avoid them. Made by Visits Farmer. This game is a revival of this user's right here. Write a box down stuff. In the game, you get a box and slide down a tunnel to get stuff. Now to get into the games or things you probably have not heard of, games that only a small number of players even play, and obbies that maybe aren't for kids. So let's keep going. Created by Maz Tom Fan Club. Good god, what's going on? There are so many things going on. First of all, is this even an obby? And why are there so many ads telling me to buy a t-shirt? Realizing this is quite pointless. I don't see any platforming anywhere. Next game. Created by John PCPS. This game is just like the normal elevator, or if you don't know now, the Regretivator, where you go down different floors, but all these floors are just obbies. Made by Ignited Softworks, it's just like a regular obby. Just going to have a grand old time, but no, it's actually deeper than you think. This game has multiple endings. It's actually connected to Ignited Softworks' lore, two other games, Wolf County Archives 1 and 2, but I'll go more in depth in a separate video, explain it all. But for now, this game is not what it seems. Made by Goofy, in this obby, you cannot be, well, idle. In each zone, you get less and less time to stand still, so you gotta really move. Created by Perfectly Squared, this game is just like the math obby and the difficulty chart obby combined. It has a lot of math and grades where you pass a certain amount of levels. The math gets harder the more levels you complete, so that's it. This game is based on another game called Only Up, a game where you play a character named Jackie and must get to the moon by using real-life obstacles. The game is similar to Getting Over With It, and how it is a hard game and it doesn't have any checkpoints. This game does have some controversies, these being the use of copyrighted assets and, well, NFTs. It was on Steam on May 24th, 2023, and it was removed on June 30th of the same year, but it was re-released back onto Steam on July 1st, and it was released by removing the copyrighted content. But later on in September, the developers of the game removed it themselves, quoting, "They said they needed peace of mind and healing, and sought to move on from the game." At some point in October, they released NFTs of the game, and it pretty much was over. The game itself had a lackluster sequel that I don't feel like talking about. Anyway, back to the Roblox game. It was pretty much a recreation of a failed Steam game. The game currently, as of writing this, is not playable. This entry on the Iceberg references the many YouTube videos showing how to make Roblox obbies. This is talking about a specific obby with a ton of free models, including random images of Minecraft lava. I couldn't find an exact obby, but I found many that fit the description. This Roblox patch was used on December 11, 2021, and the patch was to fix corner clipping, and this was a big problem because it ruined a ton of obbies, specifically obbies that require this specific feature of corner clipping in order to progress. But as of 2024, I believe corner clipping is still in game somehow. This obby made by this user right here is just like regular obbies, but instead of using WASD or the arrow keys to move, you use your mouse to click on it to move. This game was created by Shift Lock Studios, so the whole goal of the game is one person makes the obby and the other people try to catch them as they're making the obby. Created by Unknown Testimony. It just looks like a normal obby game. And look, got realistic arms with anorexic hands. And look, everything has a face and a mouth, including the obstacles. Now, you have a long road to walk through, so, okay. That's strange. There's two suns. I believe something's not right. What? Is a shadowy figure telling me not to look? Okay. What? Why is your town here? And why am I recording? Everything looks ruined. Including this house, this school, and this bakery. Oh well. Time to look into the school. Look, there's another road to cross. It's not made out of wood. Oh well, I'll still cross it. What? It's just a grassy field with a fence? What's going on? Oh, it's just a dream. It didn't mean anything. Well, this obby was pretty weird, but it's kinda cool, and it kinda reminds me of a previous obby we talked about on this Iceberg. This obby's all around Roblox. It's basically used to train noobs on how to parkour, and there's many to choose from, and many to practice on any form of lobbying, like wall hops. This game is created by Ripple Creek, and this game involves shadows. Shadows being the main game mechanic. You can only travel through these shadows. You do so for 50-something levels. It's a nice experience, and with a challenging game mechanic. With this particular mechanic, not a lot of people liked the game, but I already knew of this game's existence because of this YouTuber I watched at the time. Yeah. There were ads on Roblox showing an ugly Barbie doll, and clicking on this ad will lead you to a Barbie obby. That's really all I got from this. Created by this group right here, you venture the end of a belly button to escape. I guess it's self-explanatory. It's really weird. I'm not even touching this game. I think this entry means that some icons or, thumbnails for obbies use this particular mouth from BFDI or Battlefield Dream Island. And many examples I could probably have is Escape to the Obbies, which they all have this. This can reference obbies about daycares and thus babies, but this can also mean players are just too stupid to do basic parkour or like any hand-eye coordination. I don't know what this is talking about, so I'm just gonna skip it. Made by Pixel Flame. This game looks very intact, and it looks really innocent on the outside. And look, it even gives you a badge if you win. And arriving in the scene right now, this blue guy shows you the obby, and every single level gets a little bit harder because you need some critical thinking. It's kind of a bait and switch. And anytime you beat these levels, this blue guy's just flabbergasted on how you keep passing the levels. Eventually, you reach this cave area, and look, the exit is just right there. So, I'm just gonna go to the exit right now.
Did you really think you could run? Let me ask you, do you know who I am? Looks like you don't really know what to say. Let me give you a little mind refresher. Remember that guy you saw? You know, the blue one? Surprise, surprise. It's me. And you beat my Obby. No one's ever done that before. So, my life is ruined, and you're gonna pay for that. You're gonna pay for it. Okay? Stop!
Hey, he was asking for it.
Yeah, these games are pretty good, so you should really check it out. Check out the game right now. Created by Straffles Net, it's basically the same as CSGO, and functions the same. So if you want to be a commentary YouTuber, this game is for you, I guess. I don't even know what this means in the Iceberg, so I'm just gonna skip it. Created by this username right here. It's basically like the Tower of Hell and Flood Escape combined. Gotta reach the top before the rising acid stops you. Tiered obbies are just obbies with tiers. Pretty self-explanatory because the tiers are actually a difficulty system. This difficulty system ranks obbies from a scale of 1 to 25, 1 being the easiest, 25 being the hardest. There are many tiered games at Roblox, and even a dedicated page on Juke's Tower of Hell's Joke Towers wiki in full list format. This game is created by this studios right here. In the game, the core game mechanic is shadows. In other words, shadows are just mechanics. Each level has a different mechanic to get into the next level. And the game will also give you optional hints to help you with the harder levels. But overall, it's just like a normal obby. Made by Straffs Nets again. It's basically CS:GO. It's bunny hopping. That's really it. Created by World Game Shows. This game is similar to another one on the Iceberg previously. It's basically a race of skill and ability to traverse multiple obbies with varying difficulty to see who is the king of obbies. Well, that's the name right there. Now to the games you haven't even heard even exist until now. Some of these games are very niche, and sadly, not a lot of players even know them today. So let's dive into the abyss. This game is created by Delicious Baked Pie, and this is the creator's first orb game? I don't know what that means, so, oh, it just parodies of Obbies. Okay, that makes sense. So the game starts with a story about a kid and his mom. The kid did bad things and is running away. When coming back to the house is spookier. We see, oh my god, it's Bob from Friday Night Funkin'. And then we got Slender Man, things, and the mom is evil. Then he takes the kid to the, puts in the cage, kid dies, and that's the end. What? So this game is an orb game, and these games actually have things common in their particular genre. First of all, poor grammar, the creator getting captured, the main villain is a doppelganger, very poor graphic designs, zeroth game or telling the villain's backstory, that's it, and scary shortcuts are a long ways. I don't know. In every one of these games, there's either a scary way or a long way, and I don't know if that changes anything. Created by Macalance, this game is very, very hard. First of all, when arriving to the game, I don't even know what to do. And the platform next to me, well, and anything, it's impossible to do. And all you need is to do very precise pixel perfect with a master's degree in game design and physics to even know what's going on. And with further research, I just realized that this is only the second hardest Roblox game ever. Let that sink in. This game is only the second, so what's the hardest then? Oh yeah, that game's gonna send me to heaven if I ever try that. Originally, this game was created by Audio, but it was taken down. But it was re-uploaded by Krabby Crab 101. This game was a wipeout obstacle course where you try not to slip off the edge and land in the water. Created by Magic277, this is basically the ultimate Roblox obby, with fun little UIs and a charming amount of effort in its game design. There's many levels and many new mechanics to make the game interesting. It is pretty niche and not a lot of people play it, but it's a very fun experience, and I suggest you check it out. Created by this user right here. This is basically a test obby testing water physics, and I wasn't able to beat it, so yeah. This game is created by Lollipop1324, and it's about finding out who killed Johnny Test. Remember him? I unfortunately do. To find the corpse of Johnny, you have the most generic obby in existence to find out who killed them. Got the basic lava obby, the checkered obby, and something unique, one conveyor belt. For some reason the game takes over the ocean. For some reason there's just 2 giant cereal boxes that you have to climb. You have to climb in the boxes, you walk up and do non-important things, you walk up these flight of stairs, and I keep dying to them over and over, and it's really annoying. And I eventually found out who killed Johnny Test. It was his sisters. Man, I don't care. This was a waste of my time. At least the morphs looked cool, but that's it. Lastly, on this iceberg, this is the first ever Roblox obby, and it's called Dark Silvers 2's Obstacle Course, created by, well, Dark Silvers 2. This game starts you in the sky? I don't know, I died a lot because of it, because it kept spawning me there. But it's basically just a parkour playground, and it's just a full obstacle course with the iconic red lava. And there is platforming that every obby probably has right now, you know, all of them. This place doesn't really have an inherent goal or an ending, but it's mostly just like a nice place to chill with friends. There's even a small building right here where you can just hang out, and there's a boombox and a bartender. In the floor, gun. And that finishes the Roblox Iceberg. This has been a lot of interesting entries. Some of the games on this iceberg, well, I did play, well, when I was younger, but it was kind of a great refresher. And if you want me to do other icebergs, comment below. And this one was quite a ride. I'm ChromaKeys, that's it.